Yeah. Today I want to give you like movies, shows. I just find underrated in my opinion. And I'm explaining why it's underrated too. My first movie though is Atlantis: The Lost Empire, released in 2001. It's a Disney animated adventure following the main character Milo as he joins a crew to find the lost city of Atlantis. Combining steampunk aesthetics with mythology is one of Disney's like most unique stylish choices. Why it was underrated in my opinion though, because it was released during a time when audience preferred like musicals and lighthearted fares, as it was released in 2001. It didn't really go well at the box office over time. It gained a cult following though for its mature themes and detailed world building and its non-traditional animations. The next movie, Nine, made in 2009, was where they had like ragdoll like creatures, main character ragdoll creatures that must fight machines that destroy humanity, like World War II. Like it's symbol World War II, but it was underrated because with its dark tone and lack of mainstream appeal, it didn't attract a lot of audience. But however, though, fans praise it for its unique concept, visuals, and emotional depth. But it's really a hidden gem among like sci-fi animated fans. This next movie though, this another Disney movie is Bolt that was released in '08. Like a TV star dog named Bolt think he has superpowers and shit. But after being separated by his owners, he go on a journey across the US and discover the real world. And the nigga don't have powers. At least he discovered that. But it was underrated in my opinion though, cause it was released during a transitional phase for Disney animated films before movie Tangled and Frozen even dropped. It get overshadowed though, but it's appreciated now because it's for its heartwarming stories and strong voice performance. But the next movie though, Monster University, made in 2013. In my opinion, I really didn't think this movie was underrated. But when I look up the reviews, not the reviews, but the rating for it, it really is underrated. I'm like, but you already know, Monster Inc. Following the movie Monster Inc. follows Mike and Sully college years and how they begin their friendship. But while the movie is like impressive and fun, it lacked the emotional depth of the original movie Monster Inc. But over time, viewers have came to enjoy it though, as a more solid college theme coming of age story with strong character development. I ain't gonna lie, I know people didn't like this movie, but I feel I liked it when I first saw it, and this is underrated in my opinion. The Good Dinosaur, released in 2015. This was a good movie in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie, but it was like in the alternate timeline where dinosaurs never went extinct. A Tim Young dinosaur named Arlo formed a bond with a human boy while trying to find his way home. It's overshadowed by Inside Out because that movie was released the same year. No, yeah, it released the same year because The Good Dinosaur was a simple movie and have emotional themes that since been revelated more positively, especially for its breathtaking visuals and touching story. The next is another Disney movie, but this movie was good. Brave. This was a good movie in my opinion. Out of all the princesses, Disney princesses, Brave. I feel like Brave is the most underrated princess because this is Pixar's first female lead feature. Follows a Scottish princess who defies tradition and must undo a curse she accidentally unleashes on her family. It's very controversial while being mostly successful. Some feel like it didn't live up to Pixar's usual storytelling standards. However, it's now recognized for its strong female lead and cultural significance. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think this movie was underrated. The next on the list, Meet the Robinsons. At first, I thought I was going crazy. I ain't gonna lie, cause I'm like, why that movie was underrated in the first place? Then I realized lots of other movies came out in '07, like animated films like Ratatouille, the Bean movie, Shrek, the third movie, Surf's Up. Then they had Transformers, Spider-Man 3, Pirates of the Caribbean, Harry Potter, man, nigga, 300. They was having bangers coming out in '07. So that now I understand why that movie's underrated for real. I understand now. But like the movie, it was a quirky boy genius that travels to the future and meet a family that help him uncover his destiny. I haven't watched that movie in a long time, but that movie took a turn, bro. When I watched it the first time, because I didn't know what I was expecting while watching that movie. But it's underrated in my opinion because it released before Disney creativity rival. It was overlooked. Fans appreciate its emotional payoff, themes and themes, and the famous keep moving forward message often seen as Disney's turning point. I was I was so sad when they removed this show, Street Football. If you know, you know. It was a French animated series created around a group of kids from different backgrounds, forming a street football team that emphasizes teamwork, diversity, and sportsmanship. Bro, I love that show so much. It was underrated because it had a niche appeal and a limited um, dispersion outside of Europe. Those who watch it praise its grounded storytelling and relatable characters, especially for sports and youth focused audience. But I'm sad that it got taken out off Netflix. Though I watched that shit every day. I ain't gonna lie. This next one's another cartoon, Super Strikers. That's a good cartoon. I ain't gonna lie. Because this animated series follows a fictional football team as they travel the world facing challenges on and off the pitch. It mixes action, sports, and humor. It became initially popular in parts of Africa and Asia. It grew through broadcasts and YouTube. A comic book style and themes and sports appeal made it a global hit, especially among young football fans. At first, it was underrated, but now it became so popular, bro. I'm happy this show became popular because it's really good. Another show I want to throw up in there is Epic. Epic in my book is underrated. It was released in 2013. It's like a fantasy adventure film where a teenage girl is magically shrunk and finds herself in the middle of a war between the forces of light, the Leafmen, and decay, hidden in a forest world. She team ups with the Leafmen to save the forest and find her way back home. It's underrated because despite its impressive animation and voice talent, Epic and Beyonce was in this bitch as well. Epic did perform strongly as the at the box office and got mixed reviews. Critics said it didn't feel like much, it didn't feel like much. But over time, fans have come to admire its visuals, imaginary world building, and emotional undertone, especially appreciated by viewers who enjoy environmental and natural stories. But that's all I wanted to say though. There's so many shows I want to add more up in here, but I just chose like 7 of these to talk about how underrated it was. And how I don't get talked about as much though. But I appreciate y'all for stopping by.